Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with the Road to the Show with Digg, and we are heading into season number 6 with Digg, and he has been developing and producing really well in his early career. He is now 26 years old, and he is a C+ overall. If you're not super familiar with what Digg looks like, he starts things off with a D rating. And I'll read off what his numbers look like for his attributes as a start when he starts his career. So he starts with 7 power, 27 contact, 31 speed, 87 fielding, and 69 arm. And as you can see, he has developed incredibly well. Outside of season 2, he has gained a half or a 1 letter grade or half a letter grade every single season. He gained a D+ in season 1 when he got rid of Easy Target. He had a big 6 power, 3 speed upgrade back in season 3 that bumped him to a C-. And when he gained Stimulated back in season 4, that bumped him up to a C. And if you remember last season, he got an 8 power boost on a development opportunity, and that bumped him to a C+. He continues to improve. He had a +10 power upgrade overall from last season, +1 contact, +4 speed, and +5 arm, all in season 5. And on top of all of that development, you can see that he continues to play well as well. 15 hits last year was tied for a season high for him. He had 6 RBIs, which is pretty on pace with what he's been doing in his early career. I know some of these numbers don't look incredibly impressive, but keep in mind, he's not a good hitter. So to be able to produce like this is really, really nice to see. He also has 4 doubles and 3 walks last season, so he has been producing pretty well in his early career, and I'm hoping that we can see that continue to grow this season as well. We were able to keep Sakta Song in the offseason. We were also able to keep Werner Bergenberg and Amazo Hayes. And as you'll see, there are a couple of names missing. We no longer have Filet Jones on the team, unfortunately. But we do have a really fun 19-year-old rookie in Anthony Owens. So I'm curious to see how he produces and develops on this team. We also brought in 19-year-old Caleb Majors. And I also brought in Junior Young Jr., so we'll see how he develops with this team, as we're going to spend some extra money on him as well. So one thing I do want to note as I was putting the roster together, I'm not really worried about the rest of the team, but I also just want to kind of see some younger players come in and have somewhat of a competitive team. One thing I did look at was the fact that we were running tier 3 for both Crafty and Scholarly. But then I realized that we're focusing on only having Digg play shortstop, so utility doesn't need to be at tier 3. So I did drop that down so that we could bring up competitive to tier 2. And as you can see, we do have 6 competitive traits on the team. So I figured the rest of the team could get a little bit of help. Also, really fun note, Frap Turtles here with Slowpoke is just really funny. So that was kind of brought in for the memes. So some young players, we'll see how they develop, but we are going to get into season 6 here, and we'll see what we can do with Digg to improve him and get him into a better place in his career. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from the series, so I appreciate all of you for your participation, for watching, for letting us know or letting me know that you are enjoying the content. Nothing into player development, so let's set the lineup and get out to the field for this game. We're not going to be watching, of course, but we do have Digg set as the shortstop. We also have Turtles at third base as the starter here, which is good because she's also a backup shortstop. So it's really our only option for Digg if he gets rattled like he did in the playoffs last year. So lineup set, let's go ahead and simulate the game. Werner Bergenberg on the mound against Ace Von Asen, and we get beat up pretty bad. 7-2 loss to the Buzzards. And with that, let's go ahead. Oh, Sailor Sweeney, I would imagine she's probably related to Sydney Sweeney in some aspect. Thought I'd bring her in as a little bit of a meme there too, but I'm going to give the loyalty to Anthony. He's much more expensive. Between these two, both young and both cheap options, so we'll just drop Vance there. And between these two, I don't know, majors, I guess. We also don't have, I think it's Kai Plum was his name, was the catcher that we had. We went with Evan Zhukov as a cheaper option. So we'll sim ahead to our next game. No one in the division is doing well. And let's go ahead and see how well Digg did in the first game of the season. He went 1 for 4 with a double, and that was it. Nothing else going on, no strikeouts, nothing else like that. So he has an extra base hit his first game of the season. All right, since that game ended, development for a couple of players here. -1 junk for Marshwater. Mondo with development. Digg already has a development option for more speed. We would love to see him increase his speed. Hayes loses some junk. He also gains some velocity, so a good offset there for him. We are already at the point where we're going to be doing some development, so let me get my notes ready here. And for this one for Digg, let's just go straight there first. We are going to spend $223,800 on him to be able to gain some speed. It says Victory Vitamins. The label says natural flavors, so you can be sure that these are good for your health. And unfortunately, Digg is falling for it, but it could be beneficial for him. So we're going to go ahead and spend the money to get at least 2 speed for sure. See if we can get that random roll at 15% for +4 more, up to 6 that we can get out of this roll. We don't get it, unfortunately. So he gets +2 speed. And that will not bump him to a C+, but he's now at 63 speed overall, so that's nice to see. And great that first game of the season, we're already getting that development. All right, let's get some of these other ones out of the way, including Evan. This one's would be nice for the rookie to lose Whiffer, and he does not get it, unfortunately. I don't remember if Digg ever had a professional photographer opportunity, but that's the big one where you get power and contact and a trait. A positive trait outcome. So it could be losing a bad trait or gaining a good trait. I can't remember if he has had one of those opportunities. It might have been how he got stimulated. Nope, that was different, actually. He gained power, speed, and contact there. Mondo goes up to a B. With Amazo Hayes being one of our better players, and Vance just gained the screwball, I'm not going to risk losing K Collector here for him. Still young, so I'm not going to roll this one for him. That will bring us to game 2 of the season. We'll set the lineup here. Digg at neutral mojo. He was 1 for 4, so let's see how he does against Herd Lovelorn and the Jacks. And don't see anything happening, but Owen's got a 2-run homer, and we get the win 4-0. Between these two, I'll drop Campos. Between these two, I will drop Mondo. Just kind of even out the loyalties there. That'll do that for loyalty manager moments. We're at 1-1, sitting right in the middle of the division. And let's see how Digg did. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the first game. He is 2 for 6, so that was 1 for 2. He got a single, and he walked twice. He unfortunately got caught stealing a base. So the speed's not fully there, but he gained some confidence. He thought he could make it work, but unfortunately it didn't. So 2 singles for him, or a single and 2 walks. So he got on base 3 times, which is awesome. So good job for Digg. And Owen's the first one to hit a home run this year for the Overdogs. All right, since that game ended, see if we have anything else going on here. Be really cool if we can do another one for Digg, but it's not looking like, nope, unfortunately not. All right, so let's go ahead and clear out some of these. McFarland, no negative outcomes there. Marshwater gains a 2-seam fastball. I actually brought Marshwater in because I'm like, damn, the elite screwball and stimulated. She's looking pretty good for a player on our team. Osborne, power and speed, gets more power there. He's a B. Campos will avoid meltdown. Vaughn will gain some velocity, the 19-year-old starting pitcher. And the 19-year-old center fielder gets a little bit of development there as well. All right, so let's set the lineup for game 2. It's another one against the Jacks. We already beat them 4-0. We'll set the lineup. Digg still in the number 8 spot in the order. He is 2 for 6 going into this game. Let's go ahead and simulate. And we get whipped there 7-0. So that one didn't look good. Let's go ahead and drop Felix here. Between these two, I'll drop Vaughn because he's cheaper. And let's do James for Galvin here. All right, simulating ahead. Had a great start to the season for the Overdogs, and let's see, Digg was 2 for 6 before. He's 2 for 9 now, so he had an 0 for 3 day. Still hasn't struck out. Nothing else happened here in this game, so nothing of note. But a hitless day for Digaforto, unfortunately. All right, let's see any opportunities for Digg. None. All right, let's go ahead and go through these. Owens with a chance to gain base jogger. I think I'll do this one just to see. We don't get the negative outcome there. That's good. All right, James. See if Galvin gains Noodle Arm. She does not. Chukov with a chance to gain stimulated, and he does. That'll make him look really good, and that actually is something I want to monitor going forward, because I have a theory. I haven't seen it actually play out, but because stimulated affects your fitness, catchers get tired after pitching or starting multiple games. If he gets stimulated, I think that will offset his tiredness. So if he gets tired and then he gets stimulated, I think that'll reset his fitness back to neutral. And I think that could be something that would help a catcher to stay in more often, get more games played. So I am going to kind of monitor that as we go. Hard to see without going into the games because we won't get a notification that he got it or anything. But we can see how his stamina or his fitness level looks as we go. All right, so let's head into the next game here. Gad Vaughn getting his first start of his career. Digg still in the lineup. He is currently sitting at 2 for 9. Let's see how he does against the nemesis in Ford French. Another home run from Owens, and nothing else there. We lose another game, and we are not looking good, unfortunately, but we'll see how long that lasts. Drop Vance here. And that's only one manager moment, so that works. All right. Since that game ended, look at that development for Sakta is just $100 to do nothing. For him to go to batting practice is what he's normally supposed to do. Digg was 2 for 9. He is now 4 for 12, so he had a 2 for 3 day. No walks there, all singles. Nothing else going on here, but he's sitting at 333 average, so we love to see that. And a 429 on-base percentage because of those extra walks, so he's having a good start to the year. 4 for 12 is a pretty solid job. Any development for him? Or random rolls. We haven't had a random roll for Digg in 2 seasons now. We do have a contact boost for him. Only a +1 with a chance at +3. So let's go ahead and do that. So for this one, it's going to cost us $175, $500. And it says phone upgrade. Stop running out of battery while reviewing the scouting reports. So good. He needs to focus on the scouting reports. See if that helps to improve his hitting. He gets +1 with a chance at +3. Let's see if he gets it. No dice, as he has a 10% chance and he doesn't get it. So +1 contact, very, very small upgrade there for him. He's now at 39. We'll see if we can get better opportunities down the road here. But that's after, hold on 1 second. It was after 4 games. Okay, so after game 4 was that development. I always forget to check that. Let's get these other ones out of here. Felix doesn't lose his consistent trait. And that guy's developed quite a lot. I don't know if anyone familiar with Felix Farmhand knows that this is pretty big jump for him from where he starts. See if we can avoid a first pitch prayer, and we do. And Gadvon, chance to lose pick officer, he doesn't. He's now a C+. All right, so that brings us to Game 5 of the season against the Grapplers. Bergenberg back on the mound against Madeline McCarthy. I think she used to be on our team, but I can't remember. All right, so Digg stays in the lineup at number 8 in the order. 4 for 12 heading into this game. Let's see how he does against a very good pitcher. Digg gets an RBI single. Zacta gets a home run. We lose another ball game. I'm okay with the losing. Just want to see production out of Digg. I've got another negative loyalty there. And between this one, we're going to be dropping Marshwater instead of Digg. Sorry, Mindy. And one more here. Let's do. I guess Evan. We'll try and get that back for you, Evan. All right. Simulate to our next game. We're sitting at 1-4 in the bottom of the Monster Division. Let's see how did Digg do after that game. So he was 4 for 12, and he is 5 for 15. So a 1 for 3 day. No walks. It was a single. It was an RBI single, so his one hit was a productive one. And that's all of note there. He's still batting .333, a .412 on-base percentage, and an .812 OPS, which is good for, I think, 3rd on the team right now. It's Owens, then Majors, and then Digg right now for OPS. Even better than Sakta. Owens with 2 home runs over there. All right, any development for Digg after Game 5? Bergenberg, another chance to lose K Neglector. Let's see if we can get it. Tremondo loses 1 fielding. That's not much. And McFarlow with a chance to lose Butterfingers. All right, Werner, come on. We need to get rid of this bad trait for you, man. And he's going to retain it, unfortunately. All right, let's... Amazo, I don't want to do this one for you. Let's get this one for Vance. He gets +7 velocity there. Simon Sanders, no bonuses. McFurlow keeps his negative trait. He goes up to a C-. And Galvin will just get the 2 contact there. All right, next game is Sailor Sweeney, who's locked in, versus Danny Deals. Wow, a lot of tense players. JYJ and Sanders are going to sit this one out. Major stays tense, but he's going to stay in the lineup as well. So, this is going to be a problem. So we're going to have to fix things here, so give me 1 second. They have Digg on the bench. We're going to put Turtles at 3rd, and we're going to bring Digg in to play short. We will move him back down in the order here. And because this is going to cause him to not go into or he'll get taken back out of the lineup if we just back out and simulate. So I'm going to click play ball here, and it's going to force Digg into the lineup. And I'm just going to save and simulate the game right after we load in. It's unfortunate, but we'll have to keep an eye out on that when they try to replace Digg. I don't know why they did that, though. So, all right. Go ahead and simulate the rest of this game. You know what we could do is I might one of these games let me know what you think. I might just go into a game, maybe set Digg as the leadoff hitter, and we'll just watch his first at bat of the game, and then simulate out just so we can watch him with an at bat and see what he does. Let me know if you like that idea. I should have done Felix, but we did Caleb there. All right, that's the only one. And because of all of that, I forgot where we were at. So I think he was 5 for 15. He goes, oh my God, 8 for 18. So he had a 3 for 3 day. Holy moly. He gets caught stealing again. It was 3 singles. He's up to 8 hits already. He's actually leading the team in hits, which is awesome. So a great day for him. We could have stuck out and maybe seen him do that. But again, good thing we were in the lineup. And look at that. Look at the OPS. He is leading the team with a 1,000 OPS. I wonder if that puts him in the league leaders. Look at Digg with 444 average. And yeah, he's on the on-base side, but not in the OPS side, unfortunately. With a 500 on-base percentage, which is awesome. Excuse me. All right, let's see what happened since that game ended. There we go. Okay, so JYJ loses some speed. Gad with some development. Felix, Marshwater, James, and Turtles. Unfortunately, that's it for development options. So let's clear these out. Felix keeps his Elite Four Seam fastball. We're not going to do that one for Amazo. It's likely going to be replaced anyways. James gets some extra bonus contact there. Gad gains 7 junk. And Turtles. Oh my god, we're already out of funds. Okay, we're not doing well this year. And we are out of extra funds to... I can't believe we already ran out that fast. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tank here. We'll start with older players, and we'll just get rid of them. Our only thing that we need to do is keep Crafty at tier 3. That's the only thing I want to do, so that Digg's stimulated trade has the highest chance of popping off. So we're gonna go with Simon here. He's gonna get... Let's see if we have a option to get rid of him in the outfield for someone cheaper. Patience is the same price. Yoink is higher. Linda is about the same price. So we're not going to get rid of rid of Sanders. Marshwater. Let's see if there's a cheap option here. Carla or Franzilla is actually the cheapest. That's a 1.4 down from 2.5 million will drop there. So that's fine. Sorry, Mindy. We're just here for Digg, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Let's see. We already talked about Sanders. We're gonna keep Sakta and Werner and Digg because they're the main ones on the team. I guess we'll get rid of Amazo here because he's one of the bigger pieces that costs a lot. So maybe for Tolbert. Yeah, 2.6 million there. So if any of you are having your heart broken because of this, I'm so sorry, but this is we got to do it for the road to the show. We're focusing on making Digg the best player we've ever seen. So it means we're going to get rid of these. Actually, let's do it this way. I want to keep Anthony here. Get rid of Digg. Or actually, let's get rid of Turtles. Turtles is trying to sneak in and take some of the playing time from Digg, so I don't want that. Rafi's really cheap here, and it's a 1-for-1 there, so let's save some money here. Might have to find an actual shortstop option to bring in. Get rid of JYJ, maybe a really, really bad shortstop here. Milo Stewart's at 2.9. We could do this. Is there anyone that has a backup shortstop option that's even worse? Dion? No, he might actually start over Digg. Ugh. Let's do Milo. No, Milo's actually really good shortstop, so he might try and take...
Mega Radio, the voice of the people.
Let's do dugout 5s here.
Feeling like the chief of Chave?
He won't take Digg's spot, so let's go with Doug here. A little overpriced, but we're saving a lot of money here. So I think that's enough moves for now, and we'll get back to see if we can bank up. Actually, let's get rid of... we can't get rid of... Ooh, I don't like this at all. No, I'm not going to do this one. We'll just deal with it, what we have here. And yeah, so we can't spend on this last one. Although we got rid of a bunch of them anyway, so it's fine. But we're going to have to bank up some funds here a little bit. We've been spending faster than we've been gaining. All right, let's get the lineup set here. Digg's in the lineup, perfect. Don't have to worry about getting him or losing him in the lineup. See, Digg 8 for 18. Let's see how he does against Lad Bradwick and the Platypi. little bit of a detour, but we're back on track. A sacrifice fly for Digg Aforto. Let's drop the loyalty for Doug. And this one will do Felix. All right, simulate to our next game. We're 7 games into the season, approaching the halfway point. We've done 2 developments for Digg so far, so not a whole lot going on. Let's see, how did he do? He was 8 for 18, 9 for 21. We know he had the sacrifice fly, so he had 3 official at-bats, and he got 1 hit. It was another single. He scored a run, and there's the sac fly. So he's been productive. We're not even halfway through the season. He's already at 9 hits. So he's on pace to break his single season hit record. See what we have for development. Another chance for Bergenberg to lose K Neglector. And, Werner just lost 5 accuracy. That's not super impactful, but it is a shame to see him drop anything at age 27. Nothing for Digg, unfortunately. We might want to be mindful around doing all of these again. Yeah, because actually I want to do this one for Werner, but we won't have room for these other ones, so I think that's fine. But man, I should have planned it farther ahead. Finally, Bergenberg loses K Neglector. Now, will this knock him up to an S tier? It does not. That's okay. Maybe if he was at the 99 accuracy still, but man, look how good Werner Bergenberg is. Finally gets rid of K Neglector. I definitely won't be risking that again in the future. I'm going to do this one for count as well, just to get 1 more space open for a potential Digg development, and he gets +3 accuracy bonus as well. I want to get rid of another player just because I still feel like we are not gaining money as fast as I'd like. And I think our option here could be Hercules Bentley as a backup catcher there. So I'm not excited about this, but let's do it. Gives us a little bit more money to work with. And this also is something where I might have to get rid of one of Sakta, Werner, or Anthony in the future here. So we'll see how we can do that, or how we can do. All right, against the Crocs, set the lineup. Digg is locked in. He bumps up to the 6th spot in the order, which is nice to see. He's currently sitting at 9 for 21. Let's see how he does. 8th game of the season, Pansky versus Vaughn. Sakta single, a lot of hitting going on. We win 10-1, but nothing from Digg that I saw pop up. Let's see what he did. He was 9 for 21, 9 for 23, so for 2. He walked twice. So still getting on base. I think he scored a run there as well. He's been getting on base at a crazy clip of 461, which is incredible. Love to see it. We're at the halfway point. If he doubles his hits or keeps on this pace, he'll be at 18 at the end of the season. And of course, we bring in Hercules Bentley, and he gets weakened to no backup position. Literally as we brought him in. That's so funny. And Sakta loses speed there. That's not good. And no development for Digg. Let's quick move to catcher here. And what's really tough is that we have to make a decision that also considers Crafty. So Gabby Ganez can come in to replace Hercules Bentley, but that's going to drop us to tier 2 for Crafty, so I have to bump us back up. We're going to do this anyway so that we can get Gabby in as an extra catcher. But now we need to find a player on the team that we can get rid of. That's either competitive or scholarly. Let's do scholarly here. Let's see who we have here for crafty players that are cheap. start at the bottom here. Babette Walkman, 1.8. Let's bring you in. Well, 1.5 here for Carrie Wayward as a starter. Actually, let's do Babette. And let's bring her in to replace Tolbert here. Yep, that'll do it. Save a little bit more. We're up to 40 million in surplus now. Perfect. All right. Clear out development. We have 2.5 million to work with. McFurlow keeps Butterfingers. Galvin avoids Butterfingers, gets some extra speed. Slaps avoids Butterfingers and gets extra contact. Owens, I'm not going to pay for this one to risk Noodle Arm. He's too good to risk those. And that's going to be it. All right. Set the lineup. Oops. Gosh darn it. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do this. Sorry, everybody.
Excitement, is it? Yeah, here and...
There we go. Let's get out of here. I always forget to sim to the next game after the end of at the end of the last game. All right, sim to our next game. We're sitting at 2-6. At this point, we're in tank mode. Werner at 4.22 ERA isn't looking good. All right, so now let's go ahead and set the lineup and Digg down to the 7th spot in the order. He is 9 for 23. Did I miss a game? Oh, no, he went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. All right. 9 for 23. We win 8-2. Sorry, I don't know why I simmed ahead on that one. Normally we watch that. I'm all out of sorts now. I need to get back into my rhythm. So sim to the next game. Then we go check Digg's stats. He's 9 for 27. He had an 0 for 4 day. He struck out twice. Not a good day for him. Sorry if I threw you off, Digg. All right, development for him, a chance to lose stimulated, but to gain power and speed with that chance. I think that's worth the risk. Campos gains a forkball. And some other development here. So we're at game 9. And let's see what we can do for Digg here. So home refinancing, we know how this goes. It's going to cost us $444,400, and a chance for extra power, extra speed, and a chance to lose stimulated. I'm fine with him losing this if he gains a different positive trait, like a hitting trait of some sort would be really, really nice. So I'm willing to risk this one. So let's see if he can get that home refinance complete and right before the off-season vacation. +4 power, he won't get it, so +2 power. No bonus speed, +1 speed overall. And he will not lose his stimulated trait. Small bonus there, but no negative outcomes for him, so that's fine. All right, let's get rid of these other ones. We're slowly starting to bank up funds again. Avoiding walk prone there for Sailor. And Felix continues to get better. Again, we're going to skip that one. Hopefully it's gone after the next one. So, set the lineup. Sakta's on fire right now. Digg is neutral mojo. Thank goodness. He is currently 9 for 27. Let's see how he does against Beavis Ortiz. Digg gets an RBI single. Anything else going on? Man, did he hit 3 home runs? Did Sakta have 3 home runs? That was crazy. Let me know. Go back and check that out. Let me know if he hit 3 home runs in that game. We know that Digg got the RBI single. Let's go ahead and check him out. 9 for 27, 11 for 32. So he had 5 at-bats in that game, and he had 2 hits. He had an RBI single, a double there, I believe. No strikeouts, and I think another run scored as well. Good game for him. Sox have 5 home runs total. I don't remember what he was at after the last game. You could potentially go back to the last time I checked Digg's stats and see what Sakta was at home run wise. But he had a huge game, at least 2 home runs that I saw. Digg up to 11 hits total. Let's see what we have in development here. Caleb just gained 9 speed. That's amazing. And no development for Digg. All right, so slaps. Some arm there. Sakta to get his speed potentially up to 99. Will lose 2 arm in the process. Let's see if he gets it. He avoids losing his secondary position, doesn't get the bonus speed, but he loses 2 arm to get up to 97 speed, which is crazy. All right. And Owen's still not. It was 65% chance that was going to happen, and it didn't. Okay. And let's get the bonus power for Galvin, she's now a B minus. All right. Sim to our next game. I forgot to do that. Sorry, everybody. And Treymondo versus Simon Bernal. Man, there's a lot of mojos happening here. Digg's locked in at the bottom of the order. He is not 11 for 32. Let's see what he does against the Heaters. A 5-1 win. So nothing that I saw pop up for Digg. I think I saw another home run from Owens there. Let's sim to our next game. I almost forgot to. And after 11 games, let's see how Digg has done so far. 11 for 35, so an 0 for day. He had 1 strikeout, no walks. Not a good game for him against the Heaters today. All right, so since that game ended, any development for Digg? Ooh, -5 power for Sakta. Might look to try and replace him. It might be time for us to get rid of Sakta. I don't know. Let me know how you feel. I want to make a little more room so we can bank up more funds for Digg.
It's been sliding for a few miles now, and
unfortunately, we have these players that we develop and then they get expensive and then we have to get rid of them.
Stay off the highway. Now, time for some music.
Okay. So, set the lineup. It's going to be against Ace Von Asen, who we already saw and I think we lost to last time. Digg still neutral mojo. He is 11 for 35. Not having a great start to the second half of the season. Let's see how he does. Tough task against Ace. A home run for Sakta. A home run for Sanders. I believe did we win or lose that game? I've been watching like the updates on the scoring, so I don't even pay attention to the score itself on accident there. Whoopsie. I'm just making decisions on the fly here impulsively. Oh, that's unfair. Owens has to pay his dues, so he's going to have to take the loyalty here. All right, sim ahead. Oh, I think we did win that one. All right, let's see how did Digg do. Another hitless day. And I think one more strikeout there. He also walked once, keeping that on base percentage in a high 3s, but the average drops below 300. Having a really slow second half of the season so far. And let's see, Werner with a chance to gain K Collector after having K Neglector for so long. And Digg with a chance to lose utility to gaining arm. Again, another one I think is worth paying for. So let's do this one. We're after game 12. All right, so Digg. Gravy gulp. So gross. All right, so gravy gulp shakes. Never be asked to build up body mass again. Not available in stores. So he gets some arm boost. -1 fielding is fine. He's at 99 right now. A chance to lose utility, which isn't the worst trade in the world. Again, we're sticking with him at shortstop, so we don't really need utility in this run through. So let's see how he does. How do you like those gravy gulp shakes, Digg? +3 arm, -1 fielding. No bonus arm, unfortunately. and he does not lose utility, so he's getting lucky in those aspects. I'm just taking my notes here. +3 arm, -1 fielding. He doesn't get a bump in his rating, though, unfortunately. He's up to 79 arm, though. Looking pretty good there. Let's clear out the rest of these, sorry. Okay, Major's chance to lose whiffer. He does not. Let's see if Werner can get the K collector. He does not, and he's still not at S tier. All right, see how he does against Manny K's and the Jacks. Lineup set. Digg in the 6th spot in the order. He is currently 11 for 37. Come on, Digg, let's have a big game. Digg had a 2-run single, and we win that ball game. We're up to 6 and 7. We're 3 games back of the Nemesis. So funny that we're doing better now that we've been tanking. Let's do this. Send him to our next game. We know he had a 2-run single, so 2 RBIs for Digg. I already forgot what his stats were, or what his stats were at. 12 for 40, so I think he was at 11 for 37, so maybe a 1 for 3 day with 2 RBIs, putting him at 5 total. 14 total bases right now. I think he scored a run. He walked once as well, because he's up to 6 walks on the season. And I think he struck out once as well. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts. So solid day for Digg. He gets his average back up to 300, his OBP up to 383. Attaway Digg. Trey gains 4 velocity. Owens gains some speed. Vaughn gains some junk. Owens chance to gain clutch. And no development for Digg, unfortunately. All right. No bad ball hitter for Raffy Slaps. So I got 5s. Okay. Trey gaining some accuracy, just 2. Owens, no roll on the clutch trade, unfortunately. And Vance will not gain stimulated. All right. We are still slowly gaining extra PDO funds, but just barely. Let's see how we do against the Nemesis. They're sitting at 10 and 3. Winnie Noel having a hell of a year. And Mario Mustachio is juiced right now. So Digg, who's locked in, is going to sit in the 7th spot in the order. 12 for 40 heading into this ball game. Let's see how he does with Sweeney on the mound against Winnie Noel. Gets an RBI double, and we lose 9-3, dropping down in the race, the divisional race. All right, send him to our next game. 14 games into the season, 2 left. Let's see how Digg did. He was 12 for 40, 13 for 43, so he went 1 for 3. He had an RBI, had another double, his 3rd of the year. He's at 16 total bases. Don't think he scored a run, and nothing else happened for him either. Average at 302, OBP at 380. Having a really solid year. Another solid year for Digg. He's at 13 hits, 2 hits away with 2 games left to tie his season high with hits, which is currently 15. So Vance gains some velocity up to a B-. Vaughn. Let's see. Sakta. Caleb. Skyler. Walker. And Franz. Damn it. All right, let's clear these out. We have 2 games left for PDO opportunities for Digg, and he has not bumped up his rating to a B- yet. We need a big roll for Digg here. All right, let's set the lineup. Let's finish this season off. We're likely, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but I don't see us making the playoffs at all. We have a terrible team. I hope we don't make the playoffs. Digg's still locked in, and he's currently sitting at 13 for 43. Let's see how he does. Another game against the Nemesis. We're getting beat up, and we lose 9-5. I think another 2 home run day for Sakta Song. Sim ahead to our next game. Approaching the last game of the season. Digg with some development here with the speed. We'll see that in just a second. So he went 14 for 46, so that's a 1 for 3 day. No RBIs. It was a single. He walked once, he struck out once, and that's it. So another hit for him. He just needs one more hit to tie and 2 hits to break his season high in hits. We got development for Digg with it when it comes to speed. And see, and we haven't had a random roll for Digg in so long. Really crazy. All right, so let's do the development for Digg. For game 15, there is one more chance for him to get development after this. So victory vitamins are going to cost us $235,400. And this one is, the label says natural flavors. Okay, so he's doing some more victory vitamins. This is what we did earlier at the beginning of the season. Now he's doing them again at the end of the season. How much can this help you, Digg? 2 speed for 15% chance for plus 6 speed. This would be a big roll if he gets it. And it does. It's a plus 6 speed for him. He's up to 70 speed now. And I believe this is enough to be able to bump him up to a B minus, like right at the end of the season. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, so he's now a B minus. We're keeping our pace of a half letter grade every season outside of season 2. That's going to be an outlier we won't talk about. And there is a chance that one more roll for a development for him and one more chance for random roll for him. Let's clear the rest of these out. Mondo will not lose volatile. I thought for a second he bumped up to a B plus. Campos is an A minus now. James gets some extra power there. And Galvin avoids the RBI 0 trait. All right. Last game of the season against the Crocs, who are 3-12, so they're having an awful season. This is not a great pitcher that we're facing off against, so there's a good chance that Digg can have a big day here. He is locked in heading into this matchup. He's currently sitting at 14 for 46. Let's see how he does against Nikolai Solis. Digg with an RBI single, so he ties his season high at the very least. We win that game, we go to 7-9. No, we're gonna. Sorry, Sophia, you get hit real hard right here at the end of the season. Now let's do Caleb. Actually, I should have done. That was a lot. Sorry, I'm just doing them now. All right, so we definitely missed the playoffs here. That's totally fine. Go ahead and see how Digg did. He was 14 for 46. 15 for 50. So he had a 1 for 4 day with an RBI, his 7th of the year. He ends the season with a 300 average, 18 total bases. He had 3 doubles. He had 7 walks. He ended with 8 strikeouts. He did steal a base, so he got his first steal of the season right at the end there. 5 runs total. We'll take a look at his how this season compares to the rest of his career in just a few moments. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just check out any development options. You know what I'm going to do for this? I'm going to filter news to get rid of player transactions because we're not really looking for those. So we're just going to clear that part out so it doesn't fill up the news feed. And let's see, any rolls for Digg since the end of this game? Any. I didn't see anything. Owens just gained plus 11 fielding, which is amazing. And Galvin just gained RBI hero. Nothing for Digg, unfortunately. So the only ones I'll do here are maybe ones for the younger players that are worth paying for. And next season, just know this team's probably going to look a bit different because we're going to have to get rid of some salary if we want to keep banking up enough. I think that the 40 million mark is in surplus is probably around where we have to sit to make sure that we're making more than we're spending. So that's probably something I'm going to have to take into consideration. And unfortunately, that might mean that we have to get rid of one of the stars on the team, Sakta, Owens, and Bergenberg, excuse me. It's going to be a really tough decision. I don't know who to do. I think Sakta's the easy choice because he's so expensive. How did he do this year? 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. Owens was 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, and batted .238, so not great for the rookie. I don't think Digg makes it into the top 10 of any of these categories, but we'll check really quick. Sakta goes into the top 5. Ties for the league lead in home runs. Number 2 in RBIs.
Here's a hint. It's not me reheating my coffee for the
Yeah,
fourth
nothing
time today.
for Digg. Oh, he caught stealing twice, which is in the top 10 for that category, which is unfortunate. Yeah, and then we're getting into Werner with a 24 strikeout season. That's pretty solid. All right, so let's see how Digg did compared to his other seasons. So he plays all 16 games. He gets 50 at-bats this season, which is a big drop-off for him, because he had 61 last year. But with 11 less at-bats, he still manages to get 15 hits. So that's what's going to lead his average to jump up to 300. He has the best average of his career this year. He has the second best OBP, just behind Season 2. What a year Season 2 was for Digg. His slugging is higher at 360. That's the second best outside of his home run year in Season 3. And his OPS, sitting at 739, is number 2 behind Season 3. 5 runs, which is pretty on par, pretty consistent. 18 total bases is tied for second best between Season 5 and 3. He had 3 doubles, pretty decent year. No triples, 7 walks, which is tied for the most he's had in a season. The least strikeouts since back in Season 1 when he didn't even start every game. So a big drop-off in strikeouts, which is awesome. He steals 1 base, which he hasn't done since Season 2. And caught stealing twice, which is the first year that he's ever been caught stealing. 1 sacrifice fly, which he's had 1 in the last 3 seasons. And no errors. So great year for Digg overall. And he bumps up to a B-. So I'm pretty happy with this season. I wish we would have seen a little bit more development from him. We got more last year than we did this year. But again, at least we still got that half letter grade upgrade. So to give you a bit of a recap, we had a total of 5 development opportunities for Digg, no random. We spent $1,133,300 on Digg this season. And because of that, we were able to get a boost of 2 power. I'm doing the math right now in my head as I go. He got 2 power this year, 1 contact this year. He gained 6, 7, 8, 9 speed. He lost 1 fielding, and he gained 3 arm. That's what happened this season. He had a chance to lose both of his traits and did not roll those, and he ends the year locked in. So he's up to 40 power and 39 contacts, just inching his way up. His speed up to 70 is pretty solid. Again, remember, he starts at 31 speed. To get up to 70 already is pretty impressive. The arm has been the least developed, as he goes from starting at 69 up to 79, so only 10 over the last 6 years. His fielding went from 87 to 98. And his contact has only gone from 27 up to 39. But he's becoming a more respectable hitter. He's still been able to produce regardless. And the speed has been jumping up quite a bit. Same with the power. So I'm hoping that we can slowly turn this guy into a force to be reckoned with. Again, let me know if you have the idea of maybe we go into a game where we are away. I could bump Digg into the top of the order, so we can for sure see him in the first inning. And let's watch an at bat of Diggs, and then we can right back out. Also, if you think based on any of the drinks some gravy gulp or does some home refinancing, if any of that do you think affects his view, whether it's his gear or his hair or facial hair or anything like that, Let me know if you have any suggestions for anything that you think we would want to change from Digg's appearance here, and maybe we can throw around a couple of changes to what Digg's got going on in the game here. I think that could be a fun way to implement some stuff. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and set the playoffs. We don't make it, so we're going to just quick sim through all of these. The Jacks end up going all the way, beating the Sandcats and winning the championship. They swept the Nemesis and the Beewolves before going to Game 5 with the Sandcats. So very impressive for them. Good job, Jacks. All right, so Digg is at a 96% chance to stay at 4.1. He's worth 5.4. I'm going to roll this. No, I'm not going to roll this. I'm going to give him what he's asking for here. Bump him up. 4.7. Totally worth it. And the rest of these I will take care of afterwards, as I will have to do some pretty tough decisions to figure out how we're going to keep this team around. I think Sakta's, he's just sitting right at where he's worth pretty much. So I don't know if we keep him around. He's 30 years old. He's still been producing. All right. Let me know what you think down below. If you're enjoying the content, if you love the Diggaforto Road to the Show series, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. As of recording this, we are still aiming for 150 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed to the channel already and you don't want to miss any other fun content on the channel, please subscribe. Appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Look forward to seeing y'all next time. Bye, everybody.